The South Kongress podcast is a lifestyle show that sometimes crosses over into mature territory. The views expressed are those of the hosts and guests who come from different backgrounds and experiences. Listener discretion is advised.
Are you ready for the Avengers Endgame spoiler cast?
Hell yeah. I was hoping I could have found spoilers beforehand and spoiled it for all those fake nerds out there.
Okay, so spoil it for us. What happened in the movie?
Everybody died. Except Thanos, the end.
Who is everyone? Name 4 of them.
I don't know. Captain America, I guess.
Okay. Who else?
I don't know.
Captain Britain.
Gambit, fuck, I don't know. Nightcrawler.
It's a fantastic guess. Oh my goodness.
The Battletoads all died. I don't know.
All the Battletoads. Did you ever beat Battletoads?
No, I came close to it.
What mission? What is that level that like nobody can beat? It's like level 6 or something.
I think that's where I got stuck on. I don't know. Captain Bucky O'Hare, he died too.
Captain Bucky O'Hare. He goes where no ordinary rabbit would dare.
Yep. Street Sharks.
Oh, they died. Mm-hmm. The Street Sharks are like the most obvious knockoff of the Ninja Turtles to ever exist.
Oh yeah.
But I did like the Big Slam-oo. Because his name was the Big Slam-oo.
Nice.
It's a South Kongress podcast, episode 64. My name is Cameron.
And I'm Tristan.
Oh, buddy. This is the 3rd show in 5 weeks. Like, that's weird. This is the 2nd time that we took kind of a week off.
I feel like we're getting lazy or something.
Well, we're still doing a lot of work.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. The world is getting lazy. I need people to get killed. I need people to get beat the fuck up. I need Caucasian people to fucking act crazy. We need something to happen so we can have shit to talk about.
Please be more interesting, America. But no, I think it was just a thing where, family time was involved. We had obligations. And luckily enough, like there was some other stuff that I had been meaning to work on. And so it was an excuse to get that stuff out there. But we'll talk about that.
Oh, yeah.
What have you been doing the last 2 weeks, sir?
Really just started spring ball this past week. It's looking really good.
I saw you say that.
Yeah, we're going to be super fast. Like crazy fast. And, we got those hands, so it's definitely going to work. O-line's definitely coming together. I mean, it's going to be a better product. It's going to be a much better product. Outside of that, I mean, really just counting these days until summer vacation.
It's coming.
It's coming quick. Like about, I think, 30 days or so we got left teaching.
Yeah, like from the date that we're recording this, it's 35 days until actual summer. I guess that's like June 1st. Yeah. Pretty excited just to walk around with no shirt on.
Look at that, no sleeves. What a surprise.
It's 85 degrees outside.
I'm wearing a t-shirt. And I'm wearing joggers, as you can see.
Are you going jogging? You just wanted to show your shoes.
I could.
you just wanted to show your shoes on camera. Very nice shoes, by the way.
Thank you.
No, we were already talking about like our Sunday plans, and he's like, I'm wearing them shoes up, all right? Like, yes.
Yep.
Yes, I know.
I just need to find something to go with it. I guess as far as, I don't know if I should wear like black shorts with it or just like regular jean shorts. I don't know, because I'm going to wear that new Supreme tee that I have.
How does it feel to be so deep in the sneaker game now?
I'm not that deep yet. I'm still a newborn in it, but I'm learning from some of the best. Shout out Miles, shout out Briss.
Are you a sneaker Padawan?
Basically.
Do you know what a Padawan is?
No. Sounds like someone who gets paddled on the ass. I don't know.
So that's what you are, basically?
No, fuck you.
Wow. So, My week was interesting. Like, again, and you always let it be known early on. Like, it's never a shock when we're not going to get together, like, on a weekend and do a show. And so for me, it's always, okay, what thing have I been working on or what thing can I do to make sure that we're still super serving our audience, our really loyal audience, and being able to provide something new if we get a chance to do that. And so, again, I'm not good at keeping secrets from, let alone you, like any friends. I'm not good at keeping secrets. So this was a project that I told like 3 people about. People did not know it was coming.
I didn't even know, guys.
Yeah. I put it out there. The goose down. Like, what can you say?
I can say this. Your intro. PEANUTBADAZZ. That's me. Goose me down. That's what I can say. That should.
Remind me to put a Fox graphic in the.
Fuck you.
So, yeah, it was. Somebody was asking me about it yesterday, and basically, it was Chris. He was asking like, where did this come from? And I was like, you know me, like I I like the exact same stuff I did when I was like 6 and 7. Like I never grew out of it because I didn't understand you had to. So I was like, what can I talk about that everybody my age will understand? It's kind of different from. It's different from what we do, and I guess the big thing about it, like we do our show, and I love our show. It's great. I love our back and forth banner. I love that we don't have the same opinion on everything, so I have to think about things in a new way.
So do
but
I.
Being completely honest, we be on some nigga shit sometimes.
Oh yeah,
it's just what it is.
Apparently, like according to Briss, I got it down to a T.
Like that's like
I guess that's a good thing, right?
Yeah, we get in like our guy bag pretty heavy. And I don't even think about it when we do it. Like I just feel like it's just me and you talking.
Because this is how we've been talking since like what, 15, 16 years old?
That could be a problem. Because,
no, it's a great. If it is a problem, it's a great problem.
But it's good. I think the show is good. People like the show. But it's also like when I get a text from my mom, like, "What did you say?" Like every once in a while, it's kind of like, "Well, okay, I understand." And the thing is, it's so natural the way that we talk. Like I don't realize I'm doing something that could be misconstrued as wrong. Like never. So. This was a chance for me to do a show where even though like I prefaced it by saying it's for adults, it's still just me kind of in a straight line talking about this thing I liked as a kid. So I'm being kind of vague. Not everybody listens to everything. I am doing basically a half-hour review of every issue of the Goosebumps book series from
Very
R.L.
good
Stine.
books.
And it's been really fun so far. The best thing about them, they're quick reads. Like, you don't realize that like you can do this in 3 hours. Like it's a very fast read. And it's just me relating to what I thought about them as a kid, how I feel about them now, the new things I've picked up on. And so far, it's been like really great reviews. Like, again, people who don't listen to this show, listen to that show and tell me about that show and think it's cool. So,
yeah, that's good.
It's just our way of doing kind of more things. I did go see Avengers Infinity War. We won't spend a lot of time on it. There are a million podcasts who
everybody and their mom was talking about it right now.
Absolutely. And there are people who are better at talking about this than I am.
Let them bore you for 3 hours.
Wow. Please go check out movie trailer reviews. I'm sure Chris and Deepalm are doing fantastic work with this. But I'll just say this. From books I've been reading since I was old enough to read. You know me, I got boxes of comic books stashed. From a movie series that started in 2008. What a great run. What a great ride. I loved it. I'm not, like, in our group chat already, everybody's like, okay, did you like it better than this? Or how do you compare it to this? I'm like, I'm not doing any of that. Like, I'm going to take time and process, and I'll talk about how I feel about it when it's time to talk about how I feel about it. It'll come when it comes. But that was pretty much my time. So let's get to the business.
Absolutely.
School in Houston,
Madison.
Shout
out VY.
Has issued a basically a parent dress code. For a parent to come on school premises, they have to abide by a certain dress code. What is that dress code? To quote, you want to break that down?
Yeah. Basically, what is prohibited? Wearing satin caps or bonnets. So, Little House on the Prairie, sorry. Hair rollers. Okay, so some crazy Mexican grandmas, sorry. Pajamas or leggings. Anything revealing, such as low-cut tops, sagging pants, short shorts, and dresses that are up to your behind.
So I'll speak as the adult educator.
Okay.
First, right? I understand people's reaction to this. I understand that the initial reaction is, wow, this is anti-black. Totally get it. I get that how a parent is dressing should not prohibit a student's ability to learn. Like I understand all that. And again, like me teaching, or not teaching, but me being in adult education, when I say adult, like college, you can wear what you want.
Yeah.
Like it's from a person who went from, you remember Julie from The Real World? The one from Provo, Utah. This was when we were like in high school.
Okay.
But basically, Julie got on The Real World, and she had never seen The Real World. And so she got out there and was wilding out because it was totally different for her.
Yeah.
Like, I'm imagining the shock of going from like a school where you have to wear uniforms, or a school that's very conservative, and then going to a UT where
You wear whatever the hell you want.
Wherever. Like the initial reaction to a guy or a girl, the first time they see a girl in short shorts and cowboy boots, I'm sure they lost their minds.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like, they're like, what is happening here?
Yeah.
It was so different. So I understand people who aren't in education, and again, I'm really going to defer to you with this. I guess what I'm trying to set up is I get that people who don't interact with children at schools every day and the parents of these children every day, I understand why they would say this dress code seems to be targeting and offensive and unnecessary.
Okay.
You, teacher,
Yeah.
and full disclosure, like my other half is an assistant principal. All my friends are teachers. So we've had the conversation, and I know how I feel, and it's exactly like you feel. But you should be the one to explain why this is okay.
Okay. So I've been teaching for 7 years. Okay. Been in 2 different districts. The first district I was in had quite a handful parent-teacher conferences, surprisingly. First off, it was a damn miracle to get those parents to be able to get up out of bed or whatever the hell they were doing, and actually come talk to you about, their kids and whatnot.
You're having a flashback. Your PTSD is kicking in.
Countless times, like, literally, you just kind of look and you're thinking like, okay, is this a parent or is this an older sister? Like, what the hell's going on? And literally, like, coming to school like half naked. And it's like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you couldn't literally just put on a t-shirt and jeans or, even like shorts, whatever. Like, like everybody, no matter your salary, your income, everybody owns a t-shirt and at least a pair of jeans. You're telling me you can just put that on just to come, talk like, and like I said, I could really care less with that, but, be presentable. Don't sit here and come dressed to school. We look like you're about to go to the goddamn club, and then your daughter wants to come to school the same way, and then obviously there's certain dress code for kids. You can't wear certain things, and the kid's wondering, well...
Immediately. They can do it, why can't I?
Exactly. They can do it, why can't I? Like, my mom does it, whatever, why can't I? No, because, again, it's an institution of learning kind of thing. You're a child. So right now... yes, kids are smarter these days. Like, they know more than we did growing up.
They have to.
Yeah. Because, technology and everything. They can Google anything. However, one thing that's remained constant, the decision making. Still making bad decisions. We made bad decisions at that age. These kids are still making bad decisions.
I'm making one right now. I'm in the middle of a bad decision.
Yeah. And so, I mean, it's just one of those things to where it's like, don't set an example for a kid. Like, if you want to set a good example, like and again, everything comes down to the parents. Everything comes, like I've always said it, everything's always going to come down to the parents. You can tell how the parents are basically how the kids acted. The kids are acting a fucking fool. A lot of times, when you meet the parents, they're acting a fucking fool too. It's like, oh, okay, this makes sense. But again, everything always comes down to the parents. And I understand some people may seem like it's anti-black or whatever. Guess what? This is also anti-Mexican. Okay, because Mexican people wear hair rollers. We wear pajamas. We're definitely wearing, Latinas are wearing leggings everywhere.
White women are wearing leggings.
Yeah,
everywhere.
Absolutely. Okay?
So, like, I think it's
shorts, sagging pants. Okay, and there's been plenty of times too. Going back to it, and this is where I guess it's doesn't really, whether it's a man or woman. Like like during the summer, we do allow the kids when they have their physicals to get their equipment. The parents come by and get it. Obviously, we're not really in school hours. That point, if you want to come in a fucking spaghetti top and like bare ass naked, I don't give a fuck, because obviously school's not in session. There's really no one around. Okay, just us. So.
At that point, it's just a building.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. At that point, it's just a building. Like, there's been countless times, where moms will come, dressed like that. I don't care. Hell, even dads, will come during that time. They're in a goddamn tank top and, shorts, whatever. Okay, fine. But when it's school hours, like, even like, these dads, they'll wear like t-shirt, at least shorts. Like, okay, I don't give a fuck. Like I said, it can be like, you can have a damn marijuana plant on the front. I don't give a fuck. Just... maybe not that, but but still.
Even in like the college setting, I'm in a position where I can come to work in a t-shirt and sweats. Yeah, because my capacity is typically everything I'm doing is virtual for students, so I'm not actually meeting with them in person. I met with a student on Friday who needed to see me in person.
Yeah.
Had to dress different because I understand it's a different, like being face to face.
Yeah, it's a vibe.
What I'm trying to present is different. You know, the information I need to get across to the student needs to be presented in a way that reflects the policies of the company. Like nobody can police what you wear in the car when you drop your kid off.
Exactly. Wear whatever you want. I could care less.
But when you're coming to a parent-teacher conference, when you're coming to a PTA meeting, like when you're hosting a club for kids, like you should just come in a way that reflects what everybody else is doing.
Just be casual. T-shirt and jeans.
T-shirt and jeans.
Yeah, that's it.
Everybody
That's
owns
it.
a t-shirt and jeans.
Exactly. Everybody owns t-shirt and jeans.
I've been broke, but like I had a t-shirt and jeans.
Yes. Everybody has at least one shirt, one pair of jeans.
You go to Walmart, you get you a fresh pack of Gildans for $6.99. They'll send you 28 t-shirts and get you some Arizona brand jeans.
Yeah.
And you set.
Exactly. Like I said, it's not a fashion show, guys. Just t-shirt and jeans, you're good to go. Like no one's gonna care, no one's gonna bother you. And fortunately, school district I'm in now, it's very liberal. So, but I mean, at least like from what I see with the parents, like they'll at least cover up. Like if they're wearing like if the moms are at least wearing like a tank top, they'll at least put like something over it. And it's like okay, cool. But yeah, exactly. If it's a parent-teacher conference, like have the decency, put on a damn t-shirt and jeans.
You go to Foot Locker, you get 2 tall tees for $6.
There you go.
Cover up everything. And matter of fact, if you get the tall tee, we don't even know what pants you have on underneath.
Shout out them franchise boys.
Just pay for the tall tee. Yep. In your white tee. So yeah, this is like your episode because we're talking about parent dress codes in schools. Now we're going to talk football.
Yeah.
The NFL draft. At the time of recording this, they're like well into probably the 6th round.
6th, 7th round, yeah.
But I want to talk about rounds 1, 2, and 3.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Yeah.
First thing, of course, Kyler Murray is number 1 off the board. Josh Rosen feels away and unfollows the team on social media, and yesterday was traded to the Miami Dolphins. People seem to have a problem with Josh Rosen's attitude about like unfollowing the team on social media, why he's still with them, not wanting to communicate with them. Do you see a problem with that?
No, because he saw the writing on the wall. He saw that his time was done. Obviously, he got drafted last year, right?
Yep.
And if you're drafting another quarterback, number 1 overall pick, you see the writing on the wall.
Like, it would be like saying, and Steve Smith, who I love, one of the toughest football players of all time, right?
Yeah.
He's like, yo, you need to get into the weight room and get into the film room and do the work. What work? Like, they drafted him number 1 overall. Like, they posted him all over their social media. Like,
they're not drafting Kyler Murray to sit behind Josh Rosen, for like to learn for 2-3 years. No, there's nothing Josh Rosen. Yeah, there's nothing Josh Rosen knows right now that Kyler Murray doesn't know. Like, and so it's obvious. Like they were going to get rid of him.
Josh Rosen is this thing where like he's a quarterback who does not need the NFL money.
Yeah.
Like, does not need the NFL spotlight. Like, he does what he wants to do. And I think when somebody upsets the system like that, it really makes people mad. Because, like, we come from, and not we come from, but the generation before us,
yeah, you
need to work hard. You need to struggle. You got to pull yourself up. And that's the only way to be successful. It's like, no, I don't. I can just be good. I can be really good at a thing.
Absolutely.
And people can give me money for it. And that can just be that. Yep. And it's not that I don't appreciate people who do work hard and who had to come from nothing. I think that's great. That's fantastic. But I don't have to, though.
Yeah. And I mean, a lot of people that are saying that.
And I'm not less than because I do.
Yeah.
But because I don't have to. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, like the whole thing that kind of pisses me off, too. I mean, it's kind of going off topic, but like what's kind of going around Twitter like the past few days are people talking about like Senator Warren's plan about trying to get rid of forgive student debt. And people are like, oh, this is a slap in the face for those who...
What about everybody who had to pay off their debt?
Yeah. I'm paying mine. Mine's almost done. Like, I'll literally be done paying off my student loans about a year and a half from today. But guess what? If we were there to put in a plan that can literally have the next generation of kids that can go through some shit or that don't have to go through the shit that I have to, I'm fine with that. It's not a slap in the face to me.
It's like saying, boy, we had the chicken pox.
Well, I mean,
so let's not. We're not. Chickenpox is a bad example.
Yeah.
We had the measles. So let's get rid of these vaccines. We got to make these kids tougher. If I went through it, they got to go through it. No, we can. How about
no,
just
because they get measles, they're gonna fucking die.
things can get
Without
better
it. Yeah.
for other people.
Yes.
And you can be happy about that. Like,
Exactly.
I literally don't want, like, we do this show, right? And we're planning on other shows. Like, let's say Joe gets on here and Joe's show takes off.
Yeah.
Right?
That's fine. Perfectly fine.
And Joe's like, yo, I appreciate the platform. I'm going to go do my own thing.
Absolutely.
That's great.
Yes.
I'm glad to see somebody make it in something that I'm trying to do.
Yes, and then we can put under there, Joe's show, was a part of this, and that'll be the platform to put it. Yeah, absolutely.
We just I don't. The idea that the next man should have to work as hard as you for what you have, I understand it, but at the same time, when you really think about it, you should want the best for other people.
Yes, work smarter, not harder. That's what people don't understand.
Joey Bosa. Joey Bosa was drafted, number 2 overall to the. Was it 4? Well, he went to San Francisco. I think he was number 2 overall.
Is it Joey or Nick?
Who's the younger one? Is it Nick? Yeah, Joey's the one for San Diego, right?
Yeah.
So Nick.
Yeah.
There you go. Nick Bosa. Drafted number 2 overall, San Francisco.
49er fans are wilding the fuck out.
Now, this is my thing.
Understandably,
when
though.
you heard about, draft coverage on Nick Bosa,
yeah,
it was pretty much all about football. When you hear about other players in the draft, this year, years before, a lot of times it's about their attitude. It's about incidents they may have had. I say this to say he's had some interesting things on social media, and that aren't political, that are pretty heavily racial.
Yeah.
Things I would personally call racist. Like I would. Things I would call far, far, far right. Things I'd call racist. Things I'd call alt-right. Like I would attach all those words to it. And we almost heard nothing about it.
Of course you're not going to.
A scout told a story about an incident in the Ohio State weight room where the players are listening to R&B while they're working out, and he gets so upset he cuts the cord. And everybody's just livid with him. Like he hates R&B so much.
You see, this is how you know that Ohio State players aren't real. You know how you know they're not real? Because they all didn't band together and get a 45-pound plate and beat his ass.
I thought they should have. I would have kicked him out for the day. Be like, nah, you're good. You know what I mean? Like it's that's a lot. That really is a lot.
Yeah.
And granted, like I'm not saying that a person with a garbage personality shouldn't be in the NFL.
Yeah.
Lord knows there are plenty of them.
Oh, absolutely.
What I'm saying is the media coverage of him calling Kaepernick a clown 2 years ago. The media coverage of him, liking a post about having a problem with Beyonce because she was dressed like a Black Panther. Like, we didn't hear any of that. We didn't hear anything about him having problems with these things.
Complexion for the protection.
Is he getting a pass?
Absolutely.
Do you think that if he's not the number 2 pick, and what I mean is if he doesn't play up to number 2 pick potential, if he's all right, how soon is he out of the league?
I don't think he is, to be honest.
You think that
he'll have a job somewhere.
Because people in those offices.
People in the offices.
And those coaches.
His brother, the whole family ties and everything. Like, it's...
I think a lot of people feel how he feels.
Yeah.
And I think that because of that, if he's not as good as he is projected to be, he'll get treated like he is.
Yeah.
Must be nice. Okay.
No, and it's crazy because it's like, just kind of follow up with that story. When I was reading about it too, I guess apparently it's like some days they play country and then some days they play R&B, and I guess what happened to be country day or whatever, and then that's when like I guess someone switched to R&B, and to cut the cord like that, like really you're gonna throw a fit over that? Like
we can have a conversation.
Yeah, or you can't just kind of work out and just
Yeah.
You get in, lift your weights, and get out. Like, does it really matter what you're listening to?
Like, as somebody who lifts weights, like, in the regular world, I have to listen to a lot of music I'd never personally put on.
Yeah.
I'm not going to the guy in the front of Gold's like, yo, my G. You got that Puff Daddy in the family?
And it's funny because it kind of reminds me of this thing that happened like 7 years ago. And obviously it's not to that high of a degree, but one of my former coworkers over the summer, I wasn't there. It was Miguel actually told me the story because he was there. And one of our former coworkers, like it was like Miguel, a couple of my former coworkers, and one of the friends that we all had that we knew at that time. And they were playing poker at one of our friends' house, and basically, listen to music, and halfway through the game, like nowhere near, finish, like, maybe like 30 minutes in, the person that she wasn't a coach, one of our friends or whatever, was like, I'm going to put on Tejano music, and one of the guys was like, you better not, like, like literally kind of throwing a fit because, like, I hate Tejano music, like shit like that, and she's like, I'm going to put it on. He's like, if you do, I'm getting the fuck out of here. So she's like, you know what, fuck it. So she puts it on. He goes all in, like basically fucks up his card, packs up his shit, and walks out.
Wow. All
because, like, they're playing Tejano music.
Wow. Listen, I got nothing but love for you. A.B. Quintanilla, Elos Cumbia Kings. Y'all get the job done, baby. So, sticking with how white people get a pass. Daniel Jones was the number 6 overall pick.
New York Giants fans probably committed suicide at this point.
Yeah. And basically, what the Giants front office said, I watched 3 series, and I just knew he was the guy we want to develop around.
That's who we want.
So Dwayne Haskins from Ohio State just all over the news, goes number 16 to Washington, number 15, 16 to Washington, their first round pick.
So I'm sure you had like that little Joker smile for a little bit, and then it kind of maybe went away.
I did, and then I remember, I can't say the name of my team. So, yeah, it's rough.
You're probably still going to get a jersey.
Yeah. I might get I'm going to get a t-shirt, and I'm going to edit it.
You're gonna get the jersey. It's gonna be the Solo Serve edition.
I will. It'll say WAS.
And on the back say nothing.
Yeah, right. Double zero. All right, so I just want to compare Dwayne Haskins last year in college to Daniel Jones last year in college.
Yep. Through
14 games, Dwayne Haskins had 373 completions on 533 attempts, threw 4,831 yards.
Jesus Christ.
54 touchdowns and 9 interceptions.
That's like first round type caliber shit. Or, I'm sorry, number 1 pick caliber.
Daniel Jones threw, and granted, he only played 11 games, so I'll cut him some slack.
Yeah, his team sucked. What can you do?
237 completions on 392 attempts.
And Duke ain't a run-heavy team, so.
Duke Johnson didn't run for Duke. For 2,674 yards, 22 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. So, Dwayne Haskins played 3 more games, but he had
32 more touchdowns.
Well, he had, 19 less completions than the other guy had attempts. Threw for almost twice the yardage, but, 1 3/4 times the yardage. Had what? You said 32 more touchdowns.
Yeah, in 3 games, 32.
And the same number of interceptions.
Yeah.
Ohio State, which is normally an option offense, changed their offense to accommodate their quarterback who doesn't run.
You have to.
So what I'm saying is it's not like he's in a gimmick system.
Yeah.
Like they literally changed it for a guy who needed it to be pass heavy.
Yeah.
And it's not even close. Like the talent level isn't close between the two of these guys. But one of them was a top 10 pick. One of them was the number 6 pick, was the second quarterback off of the board to the Heisman Trophy winner. Can you even come close to explaining what happened here?
Well, yeah.
I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
You know who the first starting black quarterback was for the New York Giants? Geno Smith.
Geno Smith?
Geno Smith was the first one. But Geno Smith's been out of college, 6 years?
Yeah. Wow.
their first ever black starting quarterback.
The only thing I can explain to her, maybe the GM of the Giants and the whole scouts and whatever. First off, that's robbery. They're robbing the franchise. If you're the owner, fire everybody. Fire your whole front office because they've literally subjected your team to go 3-13 for the next few years. Only thing I can think of was they saw film from Daniel Jones balling out against Temple. Shout out DK.
What's up, Wake Forest?
Wake Forest, North Carolina. Football, not basketball. We're talking about North Carolina football team.
Like, it's ridiculous. And, like, God bless that kid. Mm-hmm. Maybe he'll be great.
Yeah.
He won't be great. He will not be great. I'm not saying Haskins is going to be great. But I'm saying Danny Jones ain't going to be great.
All I'm saying is this.
Apparently they consulted Eli on who he thought would be closer to being an heir apparent to him. And he said Daniel Jones. I think Eli knows what he's doing.
Because Eli knows they get Dwayne Haskins. Eli is back of the bus.
Yeah, that's what I got.
Eli's going to be sitting there serving everybody Gatorades and shit.
Yeah. 20 of the first 94 picks were defensive backs.
Interesting.
What does that tell you, football coach, about the NFL?
Can't defend the pass for shit.
I really think there's no other way to say it. And a lot of those guys were...
A lot of it's also the coverages, too. There's a lot of people playing cover 1 and 3, but in this RPO system, and a lot of people are wanting to go one high safety. If you do that, if a smart offensive coordinator is going to throw that go on the backside every single time because now that safety's forced to go cover that go. If not, if that then now you have man coverage on the side, and if that receiver goes past that corner, that's 6 points every time. Now if that safety does go, now you can go to the other side and read, the high low. Basically now you can see like, okay, read the corner, and if he bails, okay, now you throw the low route. If he stays home, then you can throw the high route.
I'm gonna put the Charlie Brown listening to his teacher picture right there when you did that.
Wah, 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 wah,
exactly.
Wah,
no, you did
wah.
a fantastic job explaining that.
Yeah.
Which is, and here's the interesting part about that.
Uh-huh.
A lot of the guys they drafted, they made it a point to say they were guys who played safety and corner and nickel and Raider. So what it's looking like, they're not just drafting a safety and a corner. They're drafting guys. They're trying to draft a bunch of Tyrann Mathieu who can do everything to avoid getting stuck in that RPO, not being able to do a whole lot. A lot of these guys, when they show their film, they're guys who can come up and stuff the run and can go sky for picks.
Yeah.
So, there's no way
they're playing multiple positions,
no way all 20 of these guys work out.
Yeah.
Because it's just the nature of the draft.
Yeah.
But it's going to be interesting. Like, if 4 or 5 of these guys are really good and they can alter the way these teams run an offense, I think that's going to be really interesting. Like, that 20 of the first 94 being defensive backs. A lot of them D2 guys, too. But just had amazing highlights. It's like, wow, you guys missed on them. Last thing we'll say about the draft, DK Metcalf was the 9th wide receiver drafted.
Oh, wow.
What does that tell you about whatever, about coaching, about the media, about scouting, advertising? What does that tell you? Now, granted, he went to probably the best spot he can go to because he went to Seattle. So Russell Wilson, who can do all things, who finds ways to get guys the ball. What does it tell you about this guy going 9th?
He's the one that's like really big and all that, right?
He's that huge one.
Yeah.
From Ole Miss, yeah. He was the second one taken from Ole Miss. They went with the other guy first.
I can maybe think that maybe Al Davis got into the Seattle front office and just kind of put his ghost, whoever picked.
Ghost of Al Davis.
The ghost of Al Davis. He's a height, weight, speed specimen guy. Take him.
I think that, again, I think Seattle finds guys that everybody who's played there, with the exception of Jimmy Graham, I think has played past what their potential was. Like, I really do. I think Tyler Lockett is good, but he's just a speed guy. Like, he's not a natural receiver. He's a natural football player, if that makes sense. Like, he's your kick returner and the guy who's going to catch weird deep balls from time to time, but not a prototypical receiver. This is my thing about it. You know how many catches DK Metcalf has for his college career.
How many?
67.
67? How many years did he play? All 4?
Granted, injury is there a lot, but 67.
67?
I couldn't imagine drafting a wide receiver with 67 career catches unless unless he was hurt for 2 years and played 1. You know what I mean? Like
we need a kick returner back there.
That's a
punt returner.
That's a Baylor receiver through 9 games.
Yeah.
Like, and granted, like he's
a tech
huge
receiver in one
and he's
game.
Fast. You know what they said? They said the kid can run 3 routes. To me, if you can run 3 routes in college, it's hard to learn. Now that Baylor is the exception because they're not even the exception. Remember how all those wide receivers are coming off the board for Baylor left and right? Your Corey Colemans and your Kenny Britts and I mean those guys are good, but they're not great.
Yeah,
because in Baylor it was dirt ball is what they were playing. And granted, it was very successful while it was going, but it wasn't sustainable. Like, none of those Oklahoma receivers ever work out. Like, I think, who's the kid, light-skinned kid with all the hair who was in Miami for a while?
Was it Kenny Stills?
Kenny Stills.
Yeah.
Kenny Stills is an exception to that.
Oh, he's a great player.
Yeah, because he really did break the mold. But, like, where's Malcolm Kelly? You know what I'm saying? Like
where the Hawaii receivers at?
Yeah, man. Like, and I do think that this kid Marquise Brown in Baltimore is going to be good because they whiff on wide receivers all the time, but eventually somebody has to work there, right?
Well, they did the right thing by getting rid of Flacco first. So
I think well, he's already gone.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I'm saying like they're going in the right direction. Now they're making good moves. They finally got rid of Flacco. So
the thing with the DK Metcalf hype, like it was hype. Like he looks great.
Yeah.
You know, he's huge and physical, and I just don't know what they were trying to sell us. Because, like,
high weight speed.
The rest of these guys have tape. Like, remember, I think it was SB Nation, they were like, who's going to guard this guy? I'm like, whoever was doing it in college, because he only has 67 catches. Like, this guy's not breaking the mold. You know what I mean? Like, he'll be just fine. Like, hopefully he's really, really good, but I don't know how.
Prove us wrong.
Yeah.
Or actually,
please, black man, be successful because I want you to be. I promise.
Absolutely, we want all those young men to be successful. Absolutely.
Okay, enough about these sports.
Except Bosa, fuck you.
Let's get back to our bread and butter. Lori Loughlin.
Aunt Becky.
I remember that first Chappelle special, Killing Him Softly.
Yeah.
When he talked about getting pulled over with his white homeboy, and the white homeboy looks at the officer and says, "Sorry, sir, I didn't know I couldn't do that." Lori Loughlin and her husband literally did that. They went in front of the judge and said, we didn't know what we were doing was illegal. How do you not know that cheating on tests and giving money, cheating on tests, falsifying applications, and like giving money to people who already get paid to do a specific job.
Yeah.
Giving them money under the table, how do you not know that's illegal? Are you that rich?
No, and that's what I'm saying. Like, she's not, well, I don't know about her pockets. Obviously now her pockets are taking a big dent. But I'm just saying, like, you know, she's not that much of a celebrity to not know that something like this is illegal.
Like her family. And her
biggest thing is Full House.
All due respect to Lori Loughlin.
20 plus years ago.
Well, I mean, Fuller House. So all due respect to Lori Loughlin.
But 20 years ago.
You have a wild amount of money.
Yeah.
But your husband is the Mossimo Jeans guy.
Yeah.
Like, you guys have all the money. You have a ridiculous amount of money. Like,
your kids could have been cool just being these influencers and just calling it a fucking day.
She knew that shit was illegal, dog.
Yeah.
I understand why she got to say that, but she knew. Please make them both do actual prison time.
40 plus years. Get them out of here.
What they did is way worse than getting caught with a bag of weed.
Absolutely.
Speaking of Netflix, let's stick with Netflix shows. NBC Universal is seriously considering pulling their programming from Netflix.
Why?
They are looking at starting their own network, possibly. Or their own streaming service.
So only streaming their shows?
Yes. And so what show takes the biggest hit? The Office. I know you're not a huge fan of The Office.
Nope.
But I know you also understand it's like the most streamed show ever.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, it's literally watched every day in my house. I've watched the whole series maybe 4 or 5 times. I love it. Like I can't lie, I love it. But it's also like the most future forward background music ever, because everybody plays it on in the background. When you can't find anything else to watch, you put that on. When you're cooking, you put that on. When you're playing video games and she doesn't want to hear the video game, you put that on. Like it's
You almost really love
playing.
work that much.
Well, it's
To where you're playing a show that basically explains about 90% of y'all's jobs.
We are slaves to the system. And it's crazy because I think that the gamble that they're looking at taking is too heavy of one.
Yeah.
Because I don't think people have Netflix because Netflix has The Office. I think people have Netflix, and when Netflix fails them, they remember that Netflix has The Office.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, I do not see a scenario where The Office would move to another platform and people would drop Netflix to pick up the other platform.
Absolutely not.
Because Netflix is always going to have something new.
Yeah.
I don't trust Hulu to drop that new hot shit that I need. I don't. Like,
I have Hulu.
But I have Hulu too. But what I'm
Yeah.
saying is, I don't go to Hulu.
Yeah.
Like like if I really need to see Rick and Morty really bad, I'll turn on Hulu. But I don't. Hulu's not my go-to.
Yeah.
It's like the 8th thing I check. I'll go Netflix. I'll go HBO Go. I'll go Stars. I'll go WWE Network. Something like that. But Hulu's way down the path.
Yeah.
So I don't think that people will like if they said, and then Disney Plus is coming out, which is gonna have all. Motherfucking, I can watch Lady and the Tramp anytime I want.
All dogs go to heaven.
Well, that's not Disney.
Oh.
You should have said the Dalmatians.
It's not Disney, you sure?
All Dogs Go to Heaven is no.
Really?
It's like it's not Warner Brothers. It's that third company that sometimes
I could have
drops
sworn
shit.
it was Disney.
All Dogs Go to Heaven is not Disney. The other one, What's the one with the dog? Not All Dogs Go to Heaven, but not. I think Airbud's Warner. I'll think about this. Oliver and Company. That's Disney.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. But no.
Fox and the Hound or no?
Yes.
Okay, there you go. Okay, I knew that one was.
Bambi.
Robin Hood.
Robin Hood was dope. He's a fox. He was amazing. But yeah, so Song of the South for the racists. Like,
But Bosa be watching that.
oh yeah. He's got that. Why can't we play Song of the South? Zippity doo wop, damn it. So so like with that dropping too, like I cannot see a scenario where people agree to buy another streaming service just to watch The Office.
No.
Get your money while it's on the table.
Have Netflix cut you that check to keep The Office.
I would rather spend the $70 for the complete series one time. I really would. Than to buy another streaming series, like a streaming service to have that on there. So hopefully it stays where it is. Because, okay, so this is episode 64. We made a joke, either the last episode or the one before, about me wearing my Nintendo 64 t-shirt on the 64th episode.
Weather was too good for you.
I'll do you one better. Viewing public, I'm going to talk about my top 5 Nintendo 64 games. Now, I believe you were a PlayStation kid.
Yes.
So that's why I did my top 5.
Yeah.
Do you have some N64 games you were fond of that you went and played at like Adam's house or something?
Super Smash Brothers, WCW, and
Why are you talking about
Revenge.
my list?
Well, no.
It's fine.
Okay. Well,
No, you're good.
okay. Well, those 2 games, Pokemon Tournament,
Pokemon Tournament was dope.
GoldenEye, of course,
The OG.
and finally, the one that a lot of people, some people don't like, but I'm like, that game was fucking amazing, Ocarina of Time.
Yeah. And it's funny. I didn't put a Zelda game on my list.
Yeah.
Like, I like them. I've just never played all the way through them. Like it just wasn't. I didn't catch on to Zelda games until I was like a grown man.
Yeah.
I just didn't play them. Like I played like the Zelda games on like my cousin's Game Boy back in the Gap. Like that was really it. So my top 5 Nintendo 64 games. I'm not saying they're the best 5 games. They're my top 5.
His.
Super Smash Brothers, which was amazing. The first one. And I had a GameCube, but I didn't go past that. So like I play Smash casually. They were playing Smash on the big board in the accelerator yesterday when I left.
Oh, nice.
It was pretty cool. They were like, sitting on the steps. It was great. WCW NWO Revenge. Now, WWF No Mercy is absolutely a better game from a technological standpoint.
Yeah.
And even still, WrestleMania 2000 would be a better game. But this
WrestleMania,
was
the
like
arcade game.
This was when they figured it out. Like, this is when the system, I think, not peaked, but when the system really made sense. The wrestling, like the system itself, just worked so perfectly. The venues, the way you could change colors, just a great game. The different paths you could take to the title, loved it. Mario 64, the OG.
Yeah.
Got to put that one on
Absolutely.
there. I remember first getting that game at my Uncle Gary's house in St. Louis, Missouri. I remember. Because it was like the Christmas it came out.
Yeah.
My parents spent like $600 on that bullshit ass system. It was amazing. Paper Mario is up there for me because Mario RPG on Super Nintendo is one of my favorite games.
Yeah.
And this is like the spiritual successor. So Paper Mario. And then the last one, Star Wars Shadows of the Empire. What do you know about Dash Rendar?
I'm kind of surprised you didn't have Mario Kart on there.
Mario Kart's great. It is.
Yeah.
But like I'm more of a single player game player.
Yeah.
Shadows of the Empire was fantastic. You got to play as like Han Solo's dirty homeboy who had like a dirty ass ship like Han did. Just loved it. Loved the whole motherfucking IG-88. I put my foot so deep in his ass. But yeah, those are my top 5 N64 games.
Yeah.
For episode 64. Anything else you want to get off before we get out of here?
I do. So this is crazy. So like about a week ago, so you know, like some time ago, how Briss was kind of like, you know, weirded out a little bit because like on a Snapchat, like you get those advertisements, and he get like certain ones, and he's like, the fuck. Mm-hmm. So I was on Facebook one time about a week ago. I'm just like chilling, like, you know, whatever, going to the news feed, and I see this advertisement thing pop up, and it says like, become a professional cuddler. I'm like, huh? And then it says like, you know, and also book sessions, yada, yada. So I click on it. I'm like, what the fuck is this bullshit? And so I'm reading the whole thing. Basically, it's this site called Cuddlist, to where in certain states and cities, there are people who are certified cuddlers. Or like, you know, it shows them like, you know, if they're a cuddler in training, if they're certified, or the last one, which is like the highest one, where basically it explains how they're certified, and they've gone to like conferences of how to cuddle. Like, can you imagine going to like a conference, you're just holding each other and shit? Like,
It's the most trash orgy of all time.
Yeah. And so I'm looking through it, and I'm like, you know what? Let me vouch this bullshit. Go to Texas, and I see in San Antonio, there's 5. So I'm like, okay. So I go through them, and I'm reading it, and, you know, basically people put pictures of themselves up and kind of like a profile like about themselves, and it's all like, you know, saying stuff like, I know you've had like a hard, tired day, or you may have had PTSD and this, yada, yada, like, you know, book a session with me, you won't feel like yourself, everybody needs the power of love and touch and yada, yada, you know, just whatever. How much do you think people are paying for hour sessions?
$63.
No.
$142.
Most of them average between $80 to $100 an hour, and they talk.
I've been
about,
hugging bitches for free. What is going on?
No, and check this out. And so I'm browsing through it, and they talk about certain things cans and can't do, or things that's going to happen. So like one of the ladies talked about. She goes, when you come over, because a lot of them are in call, so you go to their house.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah. And so, and some of them before will be like, beforehand, we are going to do like Skype, like a Skype interview or a FaceTime to see if, number one, we vibe, and this is for you kind of thing, like to make sure, like, you know, if you're not some fucking creep, or, you know, because if you are, then it's like, oh, sorry. I guess once you pass that stage, then it's like, okay, here's my address, yada yada, let's book it, you know, book it. Okay, you pay for it. Here's my address, you know, come at this time, whatever. And so there's one where one of the women was talking about, like, when you come here, we can either cuddle on my king size bed or on the couch. Just to let you know, my dress code that I'm going to be in either a t-shirt or a tank top and yoga pants. I have dogs, but you're not going to ever see them. And, you know, talks about, like, you know, we can cuddle this and this, and if you like, I can play music for you. If you want to watch a movie while we cuddle, I'll put it on for you. Like, bring your movie, you know, whatever's gonna make you feel comfortable, kind of thing. And I'm just kind of like this shit's very elaborate.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then I went to like another one, and I guess like this lady, she's even been on the news, like KSAT 12 for it and shit. So I was like, she probably has like YouTube. So I go to YouTube, I check it out, and she's talking about how certain times like she's had to cancel appointments and stuff because basically, I guess like a few times, obviously it was gonna be expected.
Mm-hmm.
Some guys are like, trying to.
I thought I was going to go to the next level.
Yeah. And hey, how much extra money do I need to pay? She's like, no, this is not how this works.
I thought it was Bang Bros.
Yeah.
I thought it was...
And so she's like, nope.
The maid came over, you gave her extra 50?
Yeah,
oh, no.
like, how much extra I need to give you? Yeah. So she's like, nope, you know what? Got to end it. Get out of here kind of thing. And so also there's like another video where like this other, I guess, cuddler, she recorded her experience, like the first 4 minutes of a cuddle session.
The first 4 minutes?
Yes.
Niggas was wilding out in 4 minutes?
It was the most cringeworthy thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, basically, picture this.
I'm looking up. I'm picturing it.
Your average internet wrestling fan who makes the most kind of sexual comments towards women wrestlers.
Okay, VCR wrestling.
Okay, so how would they look? How do you think that kind of person will look? Just give a description.
Like Timothy McVeigh without the push-ups.
Basically, so one of the guys on there, he looks like pretty much
like Topher Grace without the good haircut.
And so, kind of like your typical, I guess, kind of like your basement, live in your mom's basement type thing, big dude, cane, and like a walker thing.
Nigga, like the Undertaker and Kane, like he had a cane.
No, he had a cane, like a walker cane. And so they sit on a couch kind of like this right here, and she sits down, and he basically, as soon as he gets her, he leans onto her, just kind of leans across her. She's holding him. She's like stroking his hair. A lot of people will say like, I'm going to play with your hair. I'm going to do this kind of thing. And so she's doing that with him, and he's leaning across her, and he kind of has his hand on her knee, and he's kind of caressing it a little bit. And she's just holding this whole time. And to me, I'm just like, this is fucking cringeworthy. Like I was just like this is fucking weird. But at the same time, I was kind of thinking like, what if I became a professional cuddler?
I don't...
Like, what do you think about this? This is the first time I've ever heard or seen anything like this. There's 3 apparently in Austin.
Laying up is cool. Like, I mean, you know me. Like, I'm pro sex worker.
Yeah.
So, professional cuddler is cool. It's just I'd have a nigga with a shotgun standing outside just in case. Like, it would be top flight armed security the whole time because people are creepy.
Yeah,
like,
and the whole thing behind it is basically it's like an inclusion, no judgment thing. So it can be like even if if a same sex person wants to book a session with you, it's like okay, you're gonna take it, and so I'm just like whatever, like it's $80 an hour, sure, like whatever, dude. And like
you can lay up with a dude for $80.
I don't know, that'd be kind of weird.
I think that'd be difficult because like it's me who does some acting.
Yeah.
They asked me to kiss a guy, I'd kiss a guy. Like I wouldn't care.
Yeah.
But like that's specifically camera turns on and I'm not Cameron anymore. Like I'm Johnny from Minnesota who's been dating Dale or whatever, right? I don't know if like
Dale from Montana.
I don't know if just me the person could like just lay up with a guy. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. And like I said, it's just, and to me, it's really weird. And so, I don't know. It's just something I never seen, never heard of.
So when's your session?
I'm thinking about booking one this summer because there is a woman that's in Westover Hills.
So
that's right in the neighborhood.
We talked about this a little bit beforehand.
Yeah.
What if she's trash?
That she's trash? I don't care. That's fine.
I don't know.
I almost kind of want to do it for the fans and be like, hey guys, this is my experience, but I'm kind of like, no, that's kind of creepy and weird.
You have the ability to hug a woman while laying down for free. I think you should embrace that.
I do.
You should embrace her.
Who's her?
I don't know the bitches. I don't know. That's about what I got. Man.
That's all I got either.
Coming up, the Goose Down. Right now, that's projected to drop every Wednesday morning. I
want to be there for Say Cheese and Die.
We'll talk about Say Cheese and Die when we get there.
That's my story.
Yeah, I mean, That's about what I have. I can't think of anything else.
No.
We've been like on the go and making moves and doing so much. It's so nice to just kind of sit and kind of behind the scenes.
Yeah.
A lot of what we've been doing when we do just like strictly audio, we'll come to like my work office and just kind of record there where everything's quiet. And it turned into me spending 7 days a week in the same office. And so doing this like in another space,
Liberating.
it feels so great. I'm gonna go sleep on the couch and we're done. I know you got somebody else coming in after. That's fine. Let me just lay right there.
Yeah.
And if you give me $80, one of them can cuddle with me.
Yep.
It's been the South Kongress Podcast, episode 64. My name is Cameron.
And I'm Isaiah.
And we're out.
Bye.
South Kongress and the Pro Wrestling Torch East Coast Cast have 2 online stores to buy shirts, hoodies, stickers, mugs, notebooks, and more. Visit redbubble.com and tpublic.com and search Seahawk to see all of the merchandise. We run specials every few weeks, so join the South Kongress and East Coast Cast Facebook fan pages for all the details on our online specials and promotions.